in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, Tourism Investment and Aviation Minister doubles down on the government's commitment to Grand Bahamas International Airport.
The beginning of the actual works will start shortly.
An injunction by the Supreme Court halts GBPA's plans for the Lucayan Towers South. GBPA's president calls it unfortunate. And police need your help in solving the island's latest murder. The Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Investments and Aviation highlighting the significant advancements in the redevelopment of the Grand Bahama International Airport. While preliminary work is nearly complete, the Aviation Minister says construction is expected to begin soon. In this report, Raven Davis tells us more about the progress and what's to come.
Deputy Prime Minister the Honorable I. Chester Cooper is expressing continued optimism regarding the redevelopment of the Grand Bahama International Airport. Highlighting the substantial progress achieved so far, he details ongoing preliminary work and says that actual construction is set to begin soon.
We want to ensure that we've lined up the ducks, and when it starts, it's going to move quickly. We're looking forward to the completion of a new terminal, as well as the capacity to have the return of pre-clearance to the island of Grand Bahama. But there's a lot of technical work involved that's being done, and you should see progress very soon.
He says the new terminal is expected to be completed by 2025, with hopes to move in shortly after.
We've begun a lot of the preliminary work, the demolition of the interiors of the old U.S. terminal. We have been presented with some significant opportunities around cargo, so we're recalibrating in terms of what we do with that building now, given the presentation of the new possibilities and the opportunities to develop Grand Bahama as a cargo hub. These are very active conversations.
He also noted that the new terminals will be located on the eastern side of the old domestic terminal and will incorporate sustainable features.
It will be elevated to really protect against flooding, and there will be some flood attenuation basins, what they call it technically. There are going to be some runoff and some trenching to ensure that the flooding is managed.
Further remarking on the positive progress being made, the Deputy Prime Minister notes that the overall exteriors and runways of the airport are in good condition. He also adds that civil works is forthcoming and notes that a new control tower, which has already been designed, will be constructed and supervised by the Air Traffic Control Authority. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks, Raven. Well, the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the Lucayan Towers South Association debacle continues to escalate, raising critical safety concerns. According to GBPA, its decisive action aims to protect residents, but a legal twist has now emerged. Tonight, Vice President of the Building Development Services, Nikira Wilshcombe, is now speaking out on some of the safety concerns of that building. Aja Kwan is on that beat tonight.
It is an ongoing battle, from the Grand Bahama Port Authority issuing an intent to revoke the certificate of occupancy of the Lucayan Towers South to the Supreme Court granting an ex parte injunction preventing the GBPA from issuing that revocation. Well, now the Vice President of Building Development Services here at the Grand Bahama Port Authority is diving deeper into the safety concerns associated with that building.
Our main concern is the safety for the occupants of that building.
The saga beginning on July 14, 2000. 2023, when the GBPA's Building Development Services Department issued a final notice to the condominium board demanding a plan to address serious safety hazards within 30 days or face revocation of the certificate of occupancy. Although the board presented a plan, the department reported no significant progress after 1 year. In a statement released on July 2nd, 2024, it highlighted the GBPA's disappointment with the condominium board's efforts, indicating the revocation of the certificate of occupancy to ensure the safety and well-being of the residents. But what are some of the major concerns?
One, externally, are some of the balconies of that building. They've been compromised, and so we would certainly want to look at some of those structural elements of that building. There's also an inoperable elevator for a high-rise building we'd like to look at, as well as ventilation in the building. We think that it is a priority for those issues to be looked at and to be addressed as quickly as possible before any incident happens, however severe or small.
Earlier this year, a statement from the Grand Bahama Port Authority noted that they are in communication with the government, seeking assistance for residents who may need social services intervention due to the impending actions.
We empathize certainly with the residents and the occupants. It's not certainly their fault that the building has deteriorated in this manner, and so we're conscious of that. Our aim is never to displace the residents from this building, but we wanted to call the attention as to how severe it is, and so thus the action that we took.
The situation taking a legal turn when the Supreme Court granted an ex parte injunction restraining the GBPA from revoking the certificate of occupancy. This injunction acknowledges the complexities of the situation, but does not change the GBPA's stance on the necessity of repairs for public safety.
I'm not, able to say that much as it relates to the court action.
And although the matter is before the courts, Wilshcombe says safety remains a top priority for them, and it doesn't stop permitted work from being done to the building. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant.
Well, GBPA President Ian Roll calling the Supreme Court's injunction unfortunate, while emphasizing the critical importance of ensuring residents' safety, while stressing the urgent need for substantial repairs at Lucayan Towers South to remove potential hazards, protect occupants, and safeguard the surrounding community. Roll reiterated that the injunction highlights the complexities of the situation, but says GBPA maintains its stance on the necessity of repairs despite the ongoing legal proceedings.
The utility companies really cannot remove the services until the court matter is dealt with. It's unfortunate because the building is in a state of disrepair and is very concerning for the Grand Bahama Port Authority, the safety of individuals.
Meanwhile, investigations continue into the island's latest homicide, which occurred Sunday, July 21st in the back of town area. To this date, police say no arrests were made, and the officer in charge of CID, Detective Chief Superintendent Dowell Ware, is appealing to the public to come forward with any information they may have.
We are still currently working on this, and again, I appeal to the general public or any person who have information that can assist us with the recent murder that occurred a week ago, to please come forward. You could call us at 911, or you could reach out to the Criminal Investigation Department at 350-3106, or any officer you may know, or somebody in society, if you don't want to come, to give us the information, because, again, the Grand Bahama public have always supported us. Because we are speaking for the voiceless, and it's our job, regardless of who you are, to try to bring closure to a matter long as it occurred.
Now, police say no official ID of the victim has been made. A woman was taken into custody in connection with the matter, but has since been released. Detective Ware says they are determined to find the suspect and bring them before the courts.
Just a matter of fact of getting the right information. We want to put the right person before the court, whoever committed an offense. So long as we get the right the accurate and right information that could substantiate a charge, we will be putting up that person or them persons before the court. So we are appealing to the general public to come forward with the information, because somebody knows something.
Meanwhile, police officials also reporting that the 4-year-old involved in the near drowning last week remains in stable condition and is currently receiving treatment at the Princess Margaret Hospital over in the nation's capital.
at PMH in Nassau. He's still critically ill. We are checking on him from time to time with the doctors, and we are praying and hoping that he pull through. So I ask the general public and Bahamas at large to continue to pray for this young man and hope he pull through. At this time, you know, family members, they're a bit distraught, but we're reaching out to them, keeping them informed, and I urge the Grand Bahama community and the Bahamas to keep them also in prayers as they go through this most difficult experience.
Heading now into news from the crime beat, a 37-year-old man is being questioned by police on Grand Bahama in connection with an alleged sexual assault of a teenage female that took place on Cadwalla Drive around 3 p.m. on Saturday, July 27, 2024. The suspect was apprehended by officers of the Mobile Police Division near the International Bazaar shortly after 10 p.m. This matter remains under active investigations. Well, when we come back, 51 female business owners graduated from the Academy for Women Entrepreneur Program. We'll tell you about that, sports and more when the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this one, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Craving something delicious? Try a handcrafted crepe at Shape Your Crepe. Visit us online at www.shapeyourcrepe.com or call 688-4273 to order now.
You're invited to Goombay Land for the Unity in the Community Campers Fundraiser to raise funds for future junior development programs. This Saturday, July 27th from 6 to 11 p.m. at Goombay Land.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Have the following supplies on hand at the start of the hurricane season. A minimum 3-day supply of water, which provides 1 gallon of water per person per day. Minimum 3-day supply of non-perishable food items. Flashlights and extra batteries. A battery-powered radio to receive broadcasts that will keep you informed of the storm. A first aid kit. A 7-day supply of any prescribed medication. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, an initiative by the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, has seen a number of women business owners on Grand Bahama complete its program. Enrolling earlier this year, these entrepreneurs celebrated their achievements at a grand graduation ceremony over the weekend where they received their awards. Here's Jay Philippe with that report.
51 women entrepreneurs successfully graduated from the U.S. Embassy Academy for Women Entrepreneurs program. The graduation took place at the Pelican Bay Hotel, where the business owners received their certificates after completing 16 weeks of courses helping them to gain practical business skills to enhance their businesses on Grand Bahama.
This amazing group of women, ended this evening in a graduation, but, the program was structured as part of a 16-week program, and it had a component of mentorship built in. Especially to work with the women in various groups. So we had 5 facilitators who acted as their mentor to guide them through the 16 weeks.
Each of the business owners walking away with essential tools. However, Danielle Thompson and Nakia Watson were recipients of $5,000 each after winning the All Program Grand Competition.
The plan that I have for the $5,000 is to expand Locks by Lisa to service trichology. Trichology is the scientific study of hair and scalp. So anyone with scalp conditions or hair loss, they would be able to come to me for remedy.
What I got most was an action plan, ideas, and they really opened up my imagination in order to turn my nonprofit into something different, something that can actually raise revenues so that it can support itself.
With this being the first of its kind on Grand Bahama funded by the U.S. Embassy, the goal now is to unite the new graduates with other cohorts throughout the Bahamas, according to Public Affairs Officer from the U.S. Embassy, Sumaya Abdullah.
For our alumni and all the graduates that we have in Grand Bahama, that we have in Bimini, that we have in Nassau, that we have in Exuma, all across the Bahamas, we're going to invite them to Nassau along with their regional colleagues who have also participated in the program, and we're going to have our first Caribbean Regional Summit in Nassau in the Bahamas.
Witnessing the historic graduation was Kimberly Furnish, Charge d'Affaires at the U.S. Embassy.
The experience at the graduation night was absolutely electric, powerful. It was really impactful to see female entrepreneurs coming together, supporting one another, fostering entrepreneurship, business development, growth. It was just a sight to see, and I was so proud and excited to be a part of it.
Altogether, the 51 graduates were equipped with the skills needed to create sustainable businesses, including providing online resources, fostering networks, and supporting access to mentorships while connecting women through existing exchange programs. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jay Philippe.
Congratulations to the ladies. Well, the Pilot Club of Lucayan is celebrating the hard work and dedication of long-tenured pilot and former president Deborah Archer, as she is the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award, one of 8 pilots to ever be commemorated with the accolade. Archer, who has been with the Pilot Club of Lucayan for 45 years and was the club's president, serving from 2008 to 2009, shares that the international organization did not hold back on the special presentation for a historic occasion.
They said a special package was being delivered, and of course they said, open the door and bring in that special package. And when I turned around, there was my husband, my co-pilot.
The honoree of the prestigious prize says that despite the hard work being a staple in the uplifting of the community through food drives, as well as helping in the growth and development of our youth, she could not have done it without those who were there from the beginning.
The 45 years has been so rewarding, and I encourage anybody who wants to give service, like Pilot Karen said, join us.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, tell us what's happening in the Northern Bahamas sports.
Well, Ramiko, coming up in sports, Oklahoma Wesleyan University visited Grand Bahama, where they had some exhibition games against some local talent. Don't go away. Sports is next, right after this break.
The Forever Flower Shop. Check out our new selection of artificial flowers and wreaths. Choose stems for your own projects or get a pre-made arrangement as a quick fix to a dull space. If you're a soon-to-be bride, inquire about bulk ordering for floral options that won't break the bank. It's all here at Island Bedding and Furniture, located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinary.
Hungry? Save the day with this hack. The tastiest hack is no longer a secret. Order 2 medium one-topping pizzas from Pizza Hut Freeport for only $22. Enjoy Pizza Hut while spending less all the way to the crust. Visit us at the store, carry out or delivery. 2 medium one-topping pizzas for only $22. Call us at 352-9191. Pizza Hut Freeport. Enjoy all the way to the crust. Pizza Hut Freeport.
Psst. Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Coptodermis formisalis, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
Tired of the endless bank fees and long lines? The Grand Bahama Cooperative Credit Union is the solution to making your money work for you by providing you with free financial counseling, higher interest on savings plans, and lower interest rates on loans. Savings products such as Christmas and vacation clubs, fixed deposits, and annuity savings allow our members to prepare for today and tomorrow without all of the hassle. With GBCCU 352-4139.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody
does it better.
Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. It was a busy weekend in sports with scores from the Grand Bahama Amateur Softball League. But let's begin with a local team playing against Oklahoma Wesleyan University. Oklahoma Wesleyan University men's basketball team was on island this past weekend competing in some exhibition games against some local players on Grand Bahama. The team played in 4 games where Coach Donnie Bostwick had an opportunity to get an early look at his team while also recruiting local talent on island.
It's our second time down. A couple years ago we came down, just fell in love with everybody. A couple former players from down here that were some of my favorite players of all time. So they got a hold of me a couple years ago and said, man, I think you need to come to the Bahamas. And we have a ministry called Freedom Fire. And so, you know, the hurricane had came through and then COVID, and we felt like, man, it's a perfect place to come down and share God's love and everything. So brought our team down last time, went through Abaco and did some camps and exhibition games, a little concert over at Pastor Mills and stuff. And then came over here, and Roy Pender was having a tournament, high school tournament. We kind of did the same thing, did another concert, and we did a couple games against exhibition games, and it's just great stuff.
Next in sports, scores from the Grand Bahama Amateur Softball League games played on the weekend. In co-ed play, Pat's uniform defeated the Regulators 11-4. In co-ed action, the Enforcers was victorious against Kelly's 8-6. In all-men play, Ira Boys won against Pat's 17-11. Now on Sunday in all-ladies action, Amspec got the win against Pat's uniform 11-6. In Corporate League, Cable Bahamas destroyed Technical Pulse 27-3. Pat's uniform defeated Kelly's 9-5 in co-ed play. And in all men's play, Child Investment won by default over CLA Hitters. Ladies and gents, that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Thanks, Jay. Let's take a look now at tonight's weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Assurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
And now here's a check on your Monday night Health is Wealth package, sponsored by Lucayan Family and Concierge Limited.
I'm Dr. Tamara Moss. As parents, we all want to ensure we're doing what's best for our children. Here are 5 tips for keeping your kids happy and healthy. Ensure your kids eat a balanced diet by giving them a variety of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Limit sugary snacks and drinks, and encourage healthy habits from a young age. Ensure that they get regular physical activity. Encourage at least 60 minutes of physical activity each day. Activities can include playing outside, riding bikes, participating in sports, or dancing. Make sure that they're getting enough sleep according to their age group. Establish a consistent bedtime routine and create a sleep-friendly environment by limiting screen time before bed. By following these tips, you can set the foundation for a lifetime of healthy habits. I'm Dr. Tamara Moss, and remember, your kids' health is their wealth.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
It's your time to taste the grand life at the newly restored Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill at Grand Lucayan. Grand Bahama's premium sports bar, hangout, and entertainment hub. Available for special events. Stop in 7 days a week and join the successful business professionals, sports fanatics, foodies, and friends at the most pristine stretch of beachfront in Freeport. The ultimate party spot. Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill. Now open 7 days a week. Sunday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to midnight. Special guest artists from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. There's also Karaoke Friday and Friday and Saturday happy hour. Drinks and food specials at Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill. Located at Grand Lucayan.
Call us today to book your parties, weddings, and special events.
At Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill.
Prop Club Beach Bar and Grill.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Clifford Bowe, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We thank you for always watching, and the entire team, especially Aja, is wishing you a fantastic birthday. And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. On behalf of the entire news team here in the North, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
question about it. The culture of strong families is being attacked. Crime, abuse, immorality, health issues are the enemies of the family. As we celebrate National Family Week, tune into the ZNS Network on Monday, July 29th at 8 p.m. for a rebroadcast of The Heartbeat that focuses on issues, solutions, and support for the family. That's Monday, July 29th at 8 p.m. on the ZNS Network. You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, another minimum wage increase under consideration. Find out where the government is with those talks. Continued post-pandemic highs, strong tourism gains, higher prices recede, but some risk remain. Tune in for more on how the local economy's shaping up. Plus, hear about a faster, more secure, and efficient way to renew your national insurance card. And in sports, Lamar Taylor set to jump in the pool early Tuesday to set off competition for the Bahamas. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. Topping tonight's news, Bahamians at the bottom end of the earnings scale should see a few more dollars added to their salary if the government gets its way. When that will be remains to be seen. Cleopatra Murphy has the details.
Government is hoping to implement another minimum wage increase in the near future. Minister of Labor and Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll, making that announcement during the opening of a 3-day labor legislation reform symposium Monday morning. This is after President of the Bahamas National Trade Unions Congress, Obie Ferguson, renewed calls for a livable wage, calling the current $260 minimum insufficient.
We've been in ongoing talks, and those of you who accompanied us with the ILO on this issue. In fact, on the 12th of July, we met with ILO senior economist and wage specialist, Mr. Patrick Belzer, and some of you had the pleasure of being a part of that, especially our trade union congresses.
Minimum wage was last increased in January 2023 from $210 to $260 per week. No word yet on when another hike will take place, but the Minister of Labor says stakeholders will not be left out of talks.
You can rest assured that you will continue to be included in these discussions every step of the way. You have my commitment in that. And in that fact, the NTC will be in the driver's seat on this particular matter. Not only will you be included, but you will be informed, because I will make sure that it is not said that our stakeholders were not aware of our plans and were allowed to mistakenly believe that this increase is not a high priority for this government.
On the issue of a livable wage, much like minimum wage, the minister says that must be implemented from a data and research-driven approach that allows for the sustainability of local businesses and to not negatively impact employment. Considering that and other factors, she says the public service salary review and other things are to support working Bahamians.
All of these things are mechanisms in which we are intending to employ to ensure that workers in our country are able to survive. There is only a grouping of persons, of course, in the nation that are at the minimum wage scale, but they are, we call them the least amongst us in some instances, and we also, as an administration, want to make sure that we're taking care of them.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Well, even more good news for public servants as increments for the month of July will be paid. And on time, what Labor and Public Service Minister, the Honorable Pierre Glover-Rowe, wants to iron out, though, are concerns by a small segment of public servants that incremental increases were not accurately reflected in their monthly pay. However, it appears the problem stemmed from the simultaneous rollout of the NIB rate increase and the impact it would have on the amounts posted to their accounts. Public servants are advised to monitor their salary deductions, including NIB, and the ministry will in turn urgently address any civil servants' payment that was inadvertently excluded due to systemic issues. The idea of a further hike to minimum wage comes just as higher prices have started to fall back, as laid bare in the latest central bank report. Briefing the media Monday morning, Central Bank Governor John Rowles shared the most recent data, which points to the country's inflation rate further subsiding.
Although still decreasing towards its target range in most major economies, inflation is more under control. And this is positioning major central banks to further reduce interest rate from their recent highs. However, despite some ongoing uncertainty about when this process will fully conclude, the overhang from higher interest rates is already subsiding. In addition, there's less of a risk of a short-term recession.
This all adding to the positives on the economy, which the governor says continues to expand at a healthy pace.
Although the speed of growth has moderated since the completion of the recovery from the pandemic, activity remains slightly accelerated in comparison to the economy's expected medium-term potential. This reflects strong gains in tourism, including in the most important stopover segment, and sustained foreign investment inflows, still significantly targeting tourism development and residential real estate. The government's improved revenue position also benefited from these trends.
Those strong tourism gains the governor spoke of comes as air arrivals strengthen and room night sales in the vacation rentals increase, as did the average pricing for vacation rental units. Tourism's aggressive marketing campaigns alongside residual pent-up demand for travel is expected then to only augur well for the economy's momentum. Still, while some risks to the economic outlook have subsided, as Governor Rowles stresses, others remain.
From the wars in the Middle East and Ukraine, which could have negative impacts on the cost and the ease of global trade. The ever-present threats of hurricanes for the Bahamas, which are now elevated for 2024, could also be disruptive for tourism and government finances. And so, against this backdrop, the central bank's posture, although accommodating for credit, remains sufficiently guarded to undertake measures as needed to uphold the stability of the financial system and safeguard the adequacy of the external reserves.
Well, the National Insurance Board giving residents a new and efficient way to renew their cards, and this with the launch of a new card system. Desmond Saunders joins us live with more. Good evening, Desmond.
Well, McChrystal, is NIB's launch of its Easy Renew online portal. The system allows residents to renew their expired NIB cards from the comfort of their homes and personal spaces. Joining me on the broadcast this evening, I have the Manager of Public Relations, Tony Williams-Darling. A pleasant good evening. Why Easy Renew, and why was it created?
So, the Easy Renew application is an online application, like you said, and what it allows our customers to do is really have convenience at their fingertips. It's a tool that's in a suite of products that we are launching, and so we hope that every Bahamian that's watching tonight will go online and get accustomed to the application, because if you are Bahamian, you do have an NIB card, and you don't have to come into NIB to renew those cards anymore. You can do it simply online.
Okay, so how does it work? Break down the process for us.
So it's a really, really simple process. There's a short registration where you provide us with a profile. Then after that profile is compiled, then you fill out the Easy Renew application. And because you would have completed the profile already, it automatically populates any information that you would have put into your profile. So once that is completed, you make sure you upload any required documents, and you can go online and you can see what those documents are. The application also has what documents are required, and so you can simply pull down the field, see what documents are required. After the documents are uploaded, you can submit the application. It's very, very simple. You can literally go through this process in about 5 minutes, and sometimes people don't have the required documents on hand, and so what they can do is come back to the application. The information is still there, it's saved, and you can upload those documents and complete the application, and then you can submit it, and you're all done.
Manager for Public Relations at NIB, Tonic Williams-Darling. And let me tell you, a number of church members are trickling in, already registering for this new system. So that's what's happening here at Mount Tabor Church. Easy Renew online launch for the National Insurance Board. Makasila, back to you in the studio.
Well, thanks, Desmond. Well, Caribbean passports improved their rankings on Henley's 2024 Passport Index. And if you're guessing the Bahamas is among the count, you're absolutely right. Published just this month, the index sees the Bahamas as having the second most powerful passport in the region. Number 21 in the world, with visa-free access to 161 destinations. That puts the country 3 notches higher than it previously placed. Regionally, though, the Bahamas falls just under Barbados, which, based on the index, is still the top Caribbean passport. The Lesser Antilles island nation has access to 165 visa-free countries. Other Caribbean countries making the top 10 are St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which tie at number 3, Antigua and Barbuda at number 4, Trinidad and Tobago at 5, St. Lucia at 6, Grenada at 7, Dominica at 8, Belize at 9, and Guyana and Jamaica tying for the 10th spot. The most powerful passport in the world, Singapore, which has visa-free access to some 195 destinations. Still to come, 2 days of multiple traffic fatalities. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report returns after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Finger-licking good.
Bank of the Bahamas understands that excellence in banking is not just a goal, but an unending journey. In just a few years, we have doubled the number of ATMs in our network. We've renovated facilities in Freeport and introduced new state-of-the-art premises in Nassau. Updated our website, making it easier for clients to stay in touch. And with our new mobile app, you can bank on the go 24/7. We've upgraded our cards to secure chip and contactless technology and introduced a chip and contactless debit card. And there's more to come, because excellence isn't about reaching a pinnacle. It's about cultivating a business that puts you at the center. BOB, your bank of solutions.
When we started Storm Frame Windows in 1999, we wanted to fabricate an impact-rated product to compete with the Florida market, and we've done this. There's no fabricator or vendor from Florida that can do what we can in the Bahamas. Because we fabricate locally and we're a local-based company, we have the capability to provide better customer service than our competitors. With all the worldwide supply chain issues, we at Stormframe have improved our fabrication process and have invested in stock to be able to produce our orders in 4 weeks. We also keep in stock over 400 windows and doors at standard sizes for walk-in customers to purchase. Our professional sales staff is here to assist you with the complete purchase and installation. We also service and ship to the out outlets.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Thank you for your support, Bahamas.
Bam! I got him! Cinema classic, y'all.
Girl, you see him? You see him? That's my dream man right there.
Listen, the only man I just dream about is Percy. Him and his pension plan just keep me smiling in my sleep. That's right. Percy get a pension plan where you could win up to $1,000 a week for a year.
Can you lie?
No, ma'am. Every time you deposit $20 on your verified Island Game account during July and August, you automatically enter to win one of 13 pensions. God, Percy is my dream man. Look at that. Look at that. Woo-hoo.
Did somebody say Percy?
On your account and ride the easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Wendy's and Coca-Cola is ready to give you a summer of fun with over $20,000 in cash and prizes. Upgrade your premium lunch combo to a medium or a large, or purchase a large salad with a Coke for a chance to win amazing prizes like a 50-inch TV and soundbar, a staycation at Comfort Suites, or a $3,000 Going Places travel voucher. Enter online at Wendy's Bahamas Facebook page for a chance to win.
Back into school.
It's getting hot in Marco's, and we're bringing the heat straight to your doorstep. We're giving you a fiery food experience like never before. For a limited time only, try our new sizzling fiery flavors featuring Reaper cheese on our fiery pozzolis, pizzas, cheesy bread, and pizza bowls. Can you handle it? Taste the heat and order one now at marcospizzabahamas.com.
We go everywhere. Shop early at Janae's Chesapeake Road annual back-to-school sale going on now. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, all school items in stock. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts, and a variety of colors and school monograms. Shop early and don't miss out at Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road's annual back-to-school sale going on now. Remember, we go everywhere. Beat the rush and save, save, save at Janae's annual sale now.
Brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
A busy past 2 days for authorities here in the capital, and today no different. Details sketchy, but traffic officers were this morning called to Prince Charles Drive in the area of Quality Home Center following a serious accident there. Repeated attempts to get information unsuccessful, but we've been told that there was a two-car collision and that the injured was taken to hospital. Well, let's rewind the clock to 7 last night. It's around that time that Traffic officers were alerted to a collision in the vicinity of Nelson and Weston Roads. They soon found out the female driver of a white Honda Accord, said to be in her early 60s, and the male driver of a black Suzuki Swift in his early 20s were traveling north along the Weston Road corridor when the female attempted to turn east onto Nelson Road. Now, it was at this time that the male driver attempted to overtake, leading to the mishap. Police say the young man died on the scene while the female was taken to hospital with serious injuries. Earlier that same day, a 31-year-old motorcyclist lost control of a black Yamaha XT around 1 a.m. on Infant View Road and later crashed into the wall of a home. He died in hospital about 2 hours later. Well, the rash of fatalities prompting another urgent appeal for motorists to adhere to all regulations of the road. By the way, Chief Superintendent Eugene Strawn is even taking a closer look at the data.
I made a request from the Road Traffic Department so that we could compare the amount of vehicles on the street to this year as that of last year. And even though we might have about 7, this will make probably the 8th or the 9th above what we recorded last year. I still stand firm that most of our fatalities is where the individuals are exceeding the speed limit, coupled with the fact that they're driving and not paying attention of their surroundings.
Traffic Division officers also confiscating an unlicensed firearm last night. The officers saw a group of motorcyclists traveling west on Wolf Road shortly after 9 p.m. when one of them discarded an object west of Soldier Road. The cyclists were able to evade the officers after a brief pursuit. However, police returned to the bushy area where the object was thrown and discovered the weapon. About 2 hours later, officers attached to Operation Ceasefire, along with Defense Force Marines, executed a search warrant at a home on Palm Beach Estates that led to the discovery of an unlicensed firearm. 3 men, 16, 20, and 42 years old, along with a 42-year-old woman, were subsequently arrested. Well, in more upbeat news this evening, a historic day for the Defense Force as the organization today welcomed the first 3 Reserve Commission officers in its 50-year storied life. Corval Pyfrom reports on how the RBDF is looking to build capacity and transform the force through this reserve program.
The RBDF is sending out a call for a few good men and women to join its newly created reservist unit. In May, the force passed out its 2nd reserve entry with some 15 Marines. Monday's ceremony, the first for Reserve Commission officers. Force Commander Commodore Raymond King calls it a significant step in the force's history.
In terms of professionalizing the workforce, in order to be high performance, we have to continue to recruit professionals, and we have to continue the training and develop. And so their addition this morning speaks volumes.
3 men, all professional, 2 medical doctors and an attorney, answered this call to enlist. They completed an intense 3-week training regimen to develop their strategic thinking capabilities, leadership, and management skills. Acting National Security Minister Leon Lundy.
This increase in the complement of the Office Corps not only builds its capacity, but also further increases the pool of qualified personnel to be selected for greater leadership roles in the Defense Force.
This reminder of the sobering and daunting assignment these men have taken on.
You are now members of an elite group of Bahamians, tasked with protecting and preserving the sovereignty and terrestrial integrity of our nation.
On this day, as their family, friends, and fellow officers joined them to celebrate this ascension, the 3 new reserve senior lieutenants, Doctors Sean Knowles and Delano Roll, and attorney Edmund Turner were humbled and filled with gratitude.
Our graduation here today signifies the beginning of a new era in the life of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, and it demonstrates the purpose of God being manifested in each of our lives.
I believe that the Defense Force is really headed in the right direction as it relates to getting this help for the men and women who really need it the most.
And for me, my life has always been towards public service. And so at the end of the day, I see it as another way in which I can make a significant contribution towards the development of this great nation of ours, the Bahamas.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Well, thanks, Corvo. We turn our attention now to the weather. And as we approach the busiest portion of the Atlantic hurricane season, meteorologists are monitoring a system that could possibly impact the country by the end of the week. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us live in studio on the system's track. Basil, what can you tell us?
Well, Makisha, first of all, there's no need to panic. Yes, we do have a tropical wave to the west of the Les Antilles, and it's moving westward. But here's what's happening. We have this dry Sahara dust continues across the Atlantic belt, which will continue to suppress any kind of development, and the Hurricane Center is giving it a 0% chance of developing at the moment as we speak. However, as that tropical wave continues to progress westward, approaching the Greater Antilles, we expect it to interact with some landmass there, and that coupled with dry air and will continue to suppress any kind of development in the medium term. But as it continues that westward movement, by the time it reaches the western Bahamas near Bimini and West and Grand Bahama, it will come into contact with more warmer sea surface temperature and more favorable upper level conditions, and hence they will bump up that probability to about 50%. But by that time, the system will be moving away from the Bahamas and into the Gulf of Mexico. Computer models are also suggesting that any cyclonic development will take place just along the coast of Louisiana sometime about Tuesday of next week. But however, we will experience an increase in shower activity beginning on Thursday in the southeastern Bahamas, and by Friday through Saturday, we will also see an elevation of shower activity taking place in the northwest Bahamas as well. Apart from the showers increasing, do not worry about any kind of tropical storm or hurricane developing anytime soon. Makisha.
Well, thanks. You can expect to hear more from Basil Dean later in our newscast. Now, as you heard, there's no need to panic, but the threat of this potential storm impacting areas of the Bahamas not at all lost on the Disaster Reconstruction Management Authority. That body quickly springing into action Monday morning, meeting to coordinate preparation and restoration efforts. Minister of State responsible for disaster preparedness, the Honorable Leon Lundy, has ministerial oversight of the authority and told reporters that funding has already been allocated to assist in these efforts.
We have gotten the approvals for that, and we're activating that. That's part of what we're doing now when we take a trip down to the southern Bahamas on Wednesday to see exactly how prepared are they and what resources we could take down to them to help them out.
This week's trip to the southern Bahamas will concentrate on a further coordination efforts as it relates to funding. The state minister says financing has been available to both prepare and recover.
It's estimated to be about $1 million in each fund, and then it'll increase as is a need-by-need basis. Well, hopefully it'll continue to increase. That means we're not using it. That means we're not threatened by a storm. But if we are threatened by a storm, of course, we'll replenish it. And as I said, based on the severity of the storms that are coming, we'll inject the funds that are needed.
Oh, we still have more news to come, but Amajal Knowles has a look at what's coming up in sports. Amma?
Coming up in sports, we hear from Olympian Lamar Taylor. We also take a trip down memory lane. Details of those stories and more coming up in sports.
If you see news in the making, call ZNS News at 502-3800 or email us at znsnews@gmail.com.
During the first visit of the Oasis-class cruise ship Utopia of the Seas to Nassau, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, highlighted the decades-long partnership between Royal Caribbean and the islands of the Bahamas.
This partnership, over 50 years, has brought 35 million people to our shores, making Royal Caribbean one of our most significant partners, contributing to the success of our world-class tourism product. The investments made by Royal Caribbean provides jobs, and they also bring millions of dollars into our economy through money spent at local businesses, as well as the government revenues collected. As a partnership of 50 plus years, we're now demonstrating by having an all Bahamian cruise with Nassau and Coco Key twice a week. These are the only destinations that Utopia of the Seas are going to. I'm delighted to celebrate that in the Caribbean, we've got our own Caribbean. In making its all Bahamas itinerary, Royal Caribbean has affirmed what Bahamians have always known, that there is a vast and rich experience to be had throughout the 700 islands and keys. And within that experience is enormous potential for economic development. We're excited about the possibilities and the potential. We wish you every success, and we will continue to partner for better Bahamas, for more opportunities for our people, and a win-win proposition for Royal Caribbean and the islands of the Bahamas.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you is?
I right you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need your 25 cents no more.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Daddy's birthday. He's in Eleuthera and we're all the way in Nassau. You got it? Okay. Yes, you're right.
Eleuthera for tomorrow? No problem.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Whether you need life insurance, an endowment plan, or health insurance, BAF has you for all stages of your life.
Take me home, take me on a ride. I got a good feeling about the colors lighting up your eyes. Take me home, take me to the sky. I got a good feeling. Tell me the only thing you are is mine now. Na 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 na. I got a good feeling. Na 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 na. I got a good feeling. Good feeling. You wanna know is how to hold on to it every moment. Dive into it like my love is an ocean. It's overflowing. I swear it's golden. So good that I'm rolling. for all of life's twists, turns, and defining moments. RBC is a bed for all of you.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting taking steps to equip men with the tools needed to build stronger families. To do so, it hosted a men empowerment seminar focused on financial literacy, conflict resolution, men as leaders, and other areas of concern. The workshop, part of activities marking National Family Week, a year-long campaign aimed at building stronger families in the country. Social Services Minister, the Honorable Miles LaRota, highlights the important role men play in building stronger families.
As men, we must become equipped to be leaders in the home that God has intended us to be. This requires us to be role models for our sons, our daughters, our grandchildren, and throughout our community. Families are known to be the strongest when men embrace their leadership roles.
The minister adding that while each family faces difficulties, a certain mindset is pivotal to success.
Remember that a strong family is not one that never faces challenges, but one that always stands together through those challenges. The Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting continues to seek ways to strengthen its strategies to promote stronger families.
Still to come, our feature story of the night. Future business owners make candles. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
And so are the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Kellogg's giant-sized cereals, assorted 24-ounce, $6.69. Distinction evaporated milk, 14-ounce, $1.19. Sweet peaches, $1.99 per pound. Olivia vegetable and canola oil, 48-ounce, $4.99. Whole chicken wings, $1.79 per pound. Red Hot savings all summer long at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucayan Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Greatest gymnast is saying, I'm not myself, this doesn't feel right.
People like to put us on a pedestal when all I wanted was to be normal, to be human, like everybody else. I still have to dig deep down and remember why I'm doing it, and do it for the little girl.
5 men taken into custody over on Eleuthera after a gun with ammunition was discovered at a home on Pitt Street. Initial reports are that officers from the Harbor Island Police Station executed a search warrant around 8 p.m. Sunday that led to the discovery. Arrested 5 men between the ages of 18 and 37 years. The matter's under active investigations. Well, as promised, our Basil Dean is up next, and this time with a check on Family Island weather. Basil?
Good evening, Makisha. We have partly cloudy skies this evening. Temperature-wise, we're at 85 degrees. The relative humidity at 73%. Winds out of the east-southeast at 4 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure of 1,017.7 millibars. That's 30.10 inches, and the pressure is steady. Now, your temperatures around the island this evening, 86 degrees in Marshall, Abaco, Greentown, Key at 85. 85 also in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Islands, 87. Allenstown, Bimini, 84 degrees. 87 in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera 86, Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 87 degrees, picking up 88 in Kemp's Bay, South Andros, and Black Point, Exuma. Otterstown, Cat Island, 86 degrees, 86 also in San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma, in Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Acklands, and Matthewtown, Inagua. They're all at 85 degrees with the Turks and Caicos Island rounding off our temperature profile at 86 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where you're always protected during the worst storms. Now, for the northwestern islands tonight through Tuesday, well, those winds are going to be light and variable seas, very flat, beautiful boating conditions. Low tide taking place at 10:13 tonight. A high tide will occur at 10 tomorrow morning. Now, for the central Bahamas tonight through Tuesday, a southeast component at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave fights 2 to 4 feet. And for the southeastern islands tonight through Tuesday, easterly winds a little stronger at 12 to 18 knots. Wave fights 3 to 6 over the ocean. So we're asking small craft in the southeast Bahamas to exercise some degree of caution there. And on Wednesday, which is middle of the week, hump week, we're looking at southeast to south winds in the northwestern islands. 10 to 15 knots once again, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. A high tide 11:07 in the morning with the low tide at 5:45 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday, east to southeast winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet, maintaining that cautious flag now for both the central and southeastern Bahamas. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Hey, 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 Bahama Rock. Hey, 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 Bahama Rock. Everybody's out there on the dock. They're doing what we call Bahama Rock. Hey, 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 oh yeah, Bahama Rock. Early in the morning till late at night, everybody's happy, no one's uptight. Early in the morning till late at night, everybody's happy, no one's uptight. Rock from sun to sun, and then we give the drummer some. Oh yeah, Bahama Rock. Oh yeah, Bahama Rock.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, follow us at ZNS Digital on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or X. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit us on our website at znsbahamas.com.
Our members know that there's a lot to smile about. They know that membership has its privileges. Guaranteed low pricing on every item, every time you shop. Each membership comes with 2 cards. That's one for you and a free card for a member of your household. Gold card holders earn an annual 2% rebate up to $500. Kostrite members get discounts at other participating businesses. So that's a lot to smile about. Whether it be clothing, appliances, home goods, or groceries, shop at Kostrite, where membership truly has its privileges.
That's the bear of the Bahamas. I like to
Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Celebrate Independence the BK way with our new Independence King Combo. Enjoy a flame-grilled beef patty topped with savory bacon, arugula, crisp onion rings, and our special tropical sauce on a brioche bun. Served with fries and a drink for a flavor sensation fit to celebrate every year. Top off the Independence celebrations with our new guava sundae or frozen guava lemonade. Our Independence King Combo and treats are available for a limited time at Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The 2024 Summer Olympic Games well underway over in Paris, France. Up to this point, no action from the 242, but that will change as of tomorrow. As Lamar Taylor will be the first Bahamian set to compete. So he will hit the pool looking to secure a spot in the finals of the men's 100-meter free. Marcellus Hall caught up with Lamar as well as his coach, Toronto McPhee, in this Olympic update.
This Olympic update is brought to you by J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, Comfort Suites Paradise Island, and the Gaming Board of the Bahamas. Here's Marcellus Hall.
All right, guys, just one more day before Team Bahamas gets into action here at these Olympic Games in Paris, France. Today, the team going through their final practice sessions. Well, at least the swimmers anyways. Lamar Taylor set the dip into the pool in the 100-meter freestyle. Caught up with him at the Olympic Village today. Following his practice session, got his thoughts on what the competition is going to be like.
I'm used to this pressure. I've been racing at other international meets like World Championships, CAC Games, and Commonwealth Games. Usually I'm the first or the last person out the block, so being the first out for the Olympics is no pressure for me, really. I just know that when I go out there, I'm going to give it all I got and see what I come back with.
Taylor also talked about this being his first Olympic experience and how much he's enjoyed it to this point.
It's definitely a huge experience and a huge accomplishment for me. I remember since I was little, this was my biggest goal and my biggest dream to reach at the Olympic level and represent the Bahamas, and it's crazy that now it's came true. But my experience so far in the village and at the Olympic level has been amazing. Just being able to see all of the different nations and countries and just all of the different athletes is just amazing.
Head coach Toronto McPhee also pretty excited about what Lamar has been doing at the practice sessions. He says his swimmer looks ready to go.
Lamar Taylor is our first out the gate tomorrow with the 100 free. Expectations are high for him. We're looking to get into a semifinal. That's the first step, and then looking to get into a final. His preparation has been on point. Obviously, it's a mental more than physical right now. The hard work is done, and he looks good in the water.
And what this means for swimming in the future, well, McPhee says it certainly bodes well, as all kinds of swimmers now will be looking forward to seeing if they, too, can make it to the Olympic Stadium.
I was talking to some of my athletes in the 11, 12 age group, 13 and 14 age groups. Just for him to be on this world stage, shows them that, it can be done. Hard work pays off. So he's a role model for these kids. He's an ambassador for the country. And, both of them, the eyes on them, right? Every young swimmer who is, Goodwill Games, straight up, Commonwealth Games, Worlds, looking at them, and this motivates all them.
So there you have it. Our first competitor getting ready for action tomorrow here in Paris, France. That'll be at 11:30 a.m. Paris time, which is about way early morning for you guys. So perhaps you may not be up for it, but if you are, of course, you'll be able to watch it yourself. If not, we'll give you all the details as they happen. Reporting from Paris, France, for ZNS Total Sports, I'm Marcellus Hall.
This Olympic update is brought to you by J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, Comfort Suites Paradise Island, and the Gaming Board of the Bahamas.
Thanks, Marcellus. Now, in the spirit of the Olympics, while celebrating the newest crop of Olympians, we also will take a trip down memory lane. Olympic reflections by former Bahamian athletes the focus of the Total Sports Series Olympic Rewind in their own words. With aquatics being first out of the gate, it is only right that we start things off with a former swimmer.
Hello, I'm Andy Knowles, a former Olympic swimmer for the Bahamas, who represented the Bahamas at the 1976 Olympics in Montreal, Canada. Our first Olympic team as a new independent sovereign nation. It's interesting that I am here today at the Montague talking about my Olympic experience, because it was right here that I really began to love swimming and taking off as an athlete. I started my career next door at the Nassau Yacht Club, and this Montague right here is where I won the marathon for 6 consecutive years. And I guess the Bahamian public got to know a little bit about who I was and my swimming. And then at the Olympic Games, I swam the 200 and 400 freestyle. I was a distance swimmer, swam distance in college. Finished quite well, set 2 national records. The 400 free stood around for some 20 years before my son, as a teenager, broke that. But that experience is something I'll never forget. The joy of representing my country at the highest level, walking into that stadium for the first time as a new Bahamas, and just knowing I was there with my teammates and representing our country was something that made me very proud. I'm Andy Knowles, and I'm proud to be a Bahamian.
And in hoops news, the Bahamas Basketball Federation's Summer of Thunder basketball exhibition underway over at the Kendall Geologic Gymnasium, as well as the Ballmark Convention Center. Yesterday, the local Raw Talent Elite squad would take on the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. The home team would take the loss in a close one, 109-104. The story of the game, national team guard Dominic Bridgewater would pour in a game-high 53 points. And that's when we look at your sports on this Monday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Is saying, I'm not myself, this doesn't feel right.
People like to put us on a pedestal when all I wanted was to be normal, to be human, like everybody else. I still have to dig deep down and remember why I'm doing it, and do it for the little girl.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
At Original Patties, quality is always job number 1. With 2 convenient locations, you have twice the opportunity to enjoy our beef, chicken and veggie patties, escovitch fish, chicken and mutton roti, and our succulent jerk chicken and pork. Choose from a wide selection of tasty pastries, cakes, and breads, or pull up to our 2 convenient drive-through windows for great service with a smile. Original Patties Bakery Limited, Tonic Williams Darling Highway and Blue Hill Road South.
The most important thing in life is family. And whenever you need reliable advice, you look to the people you know you can trust. At J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, we earn our clients' trust every day. Whether it's home, motor, travel, or commercial insurance, we've got you covered. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of
mind.
Bonaventure Medical Laboratory, we are a medical lab that's all-encompassing. We have a full test menu. We do a lot of the tumor markers, such as the PSAs for prostate cancer, the CEA for colon cancer, CA125 for ovarian cancer. We do infectious disease testing, do some drug screen testing, paternity testing, you know, all the regular services that the private medical lab would offer. And if there's something that we don't do in-house, we have a reference lab that we send our samples to. So, you know, there's no lab test that we're not able to have done for you. If we don't do it in-house, we make sure it gets done. The government subsidizes the NHI, so your lab tests are actually free. So if you go to an NHI physician, she simply gives you a requisition form, you bring it to the lab, and you're not paying for your lab test. Our hours of operation in Freeport, we're here from 8 a.m. every day until 4 p.m., except on Saturdays, it's from 8 a.m. until 2. Contact information, Freeport is 352-5220. We also have a website, www.bonaventurelab.com.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, there's been much talk about tropical cyclone developing, but as we can tell you, we still have that Sahara dust across the area, and that will continue to suppress any kind of development. But there is a tropical wave that is to the east of the Les Antilles, which is advancing towards the west, and as it makes that westward track, we expect it to move across the greater Antilles, where it will incur some upper-level winds along with some mountainous terrain, and that will cause that wave to continue to struggle to develop. But as it continues that trek towards the west, eventually by the weekend, we expect it to move into the western Bahamas and encounter some warm waters with favorable upper-level conditions. And it is at that time that the Hurricane Center will bump the probability of development up to 50%. And what that means is that any development of this system into a tropical cyclone will take place after it passes the Bahamas. But it certainly will increase the rain chances across the islands, beginning on Wednesday in the southeast Bahamas. In the central Bahamas, we expect that to roll in by Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday, we will see an increase in showers and possible thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas as well, before that tropical wave eventually move off towards the west and into the Gulf of Mexico. Looking at the computer models, it's telling us that any development that will take place by about Tuesday of next week, somewhere in the vicinity of Louisiana, before moving inland, where rapid deterioration of the system once again will take place. And our satellite picture, we're showing that we have a troughing system across the northwest Bahamas, and that will continue to support pockets of showers and isolated thunderstorms in the area tonight through tomorrow. Over the central and southeastern Bahamas, skies a bit clearer there until the arrival of that tropical wave later in the week. Our forecast tonight, mainly clear, very warm, with an isolated shower development late as a result of that troughing to the north, and most of the shower activity will take place to the extreme northwest. 79 degrees will be a low temperature, and tomorrow we're looking at periods of clouds and sunshine with some tropical downpours expected to impact the area late in the week, and that will be as a result of the tropical wave we just spoke about, but it will move off thereafter. 90 degrees, your high temperature tomorrow, extended weather forecast. This is how things are going to shape up. Pop-up showers into Wednesday. Things look a lot better on Thursday, but then come Friday, that is when that wave moves into our area, so we will see gray skies, scattered showers, thunderstorms taking place right into Saturday, and then things start to gradually clear as we head into Sunday and Monday of next week. Makisha.
Well, thanks, Basil. Plant-based candles, a local entrepreneur showcasing the art of candle making to a group of future business owners. All part of the Small Business Development Center Access Accelerator Training Initiative. The training taking place at the SBDC Gladstone Road office and hosting more than a dozen people, many saying they could hardly believe soy-based candles was a thing.
During the pandemic, I was going through anxiety and depression, and I turned to candle making as a therapeutic way to cope. Hopefully, they can learn to craft a candle from scratch and be able to create their own signature scent.
Well, these initiatives are very important. It helps grow small and micro business enterprises to help expand or jumpstart a dream or passion that you have. So we continue to release grants periodically throughout the year. So we would like everybody to just stay tuned to our social media platforms so what is outcoming so you're able to participate in it.
This event, a part of a number of social media invites, and according to participants, it was worth the investment.
I was on the internet and I have Access Accelerator on my Facebook page, and I came across it and I was like, oh my God, I have to get this done.
I hope in the future I could be able to make my own candles, be better at a lot of things.
I have severe sinusitis, so this would appeal to me because I'm very sensitive to smells.
I like scented stuff, so I saw there was a candle making workshop. I had to jump at the opportunity to take it because I get to learn, and I get to learn for free.
Oh, yeah, but this programming note, stay tuned for a special rebroadcast of the program, The Heartbeat, immediately after this broadcast. And that means the program Deals Crazy TV will air at 8 p.m. tomorrow instead of its scheduled time at 8 o'clock tonight. That does it, though, for the Bahamas tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better. From all of us here, thank you for watching and good night.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Strong families produce a strong national heartbeat. But what about the enemies of family? Abuse, immorality, crime, health issues,